debates in this case. But as to legislative risk, I'm not the expert, and you should probably ask somebody here.
Is there any
Did I
shift
hear
whether
you
you
say
want
that,
2 or...
that San Diego is 10 to 12 months behind St. Louis in this process?
What I said was also a statement of fact, which is that the way I look at it, they started approximately a year later, and if I just look at the progress of where St. Louis was 8 or 10 or 12 months ago, and where I look at San Diego today, that they're about the same.
So
if you change, if
Where's
you have that
Oakland?
gap in time.
Where's Oakland in the process?
I'll say again what I've said before, which is that Oakland has not made any proposal that's specific that has formed the basis for any discussion.
I realize you do not want to deal in hypotheticals, but it's getting very close. There are just a simple alderman vote away from the financing being done. And Dave Peacock will present his final plan in November to the owners. If everything is in place, wouldn't it be difficult to say no?
I don't know what the owners will do, but I want to go to something that you said, that the plan will be presented to the aldermen. I don't know what plan will be presented to the aldermen for a vote. We haven't yet finished negotiating a term sheet. We still have to respond to that term sheet. It was asked in many different ways by a number of the speakers, what are you going to do? We're engaging on the term sheet, and we will have something to say about those terms.
Is the desire of the plan still to have at least one team in 2016 in LA? Is that still the goal, the game plan?
There's never been a goal to have a team or 2 teams. There's been a goal to develop the potential of the Los Angeles market so that alternative is available for the owners to consider. As to timing, we're on track at this point in time to bring something to the owners, bring the analysis to the owners if a relocation application is filed, and that we would do that sometime after the first of the year, but that's by no means set in stone.
You mentioned a response to the term sheet. What is the timeline on the response to the term sheet?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
We have some questions about the term sheet, which we hope to get answered over the course of the next couple of days or week, and I think probably next week and the weeks after we'll be in discussions with the task force.
Is one of the
do
issues
you
the naming right?
anticipate the LA committee coming up with a recommendation, and if so, when? Is that the intent of the LA committee?
Well, it's the commissioner's responsibility to either provide his report or working with committees to have committees prepare their reports and give those to the ownership. Whether it's the LA committee or some other committee, I believe that Commissioner Goodell will involve committees. He has done so consistently for all big topics, and this is certainly one, and we've had committees involved consistently on the LA matter. As to timing, I think it's probable that when a meeting is called to consider application proposals or a proposal or proposals, I think that would be the time that a report is given.
So it's not clear at this point if the report, if a recommendation will come out of the LA committee. It could come from another committee or a different
It could
form.
come from the commissioner, it could come from the commissioner plus the LA committee, it could come from a group of committees. We have other committees that look at these matters, and I think that it's probable that we'll have lots of owners up to speed and informed who can help provide a recommendation.
Is one of the aspects of the term sheet that you're looking at whether you can actually bond out the naming rights? Because I know that you talked to David Hunt about that last Friday. Can you kind of elaborate on whether that's going to be doable?
Again, I'm not the legislative expert and I'm not the bonding expert. We have to rely on the local authorities as to whether they can do what they think they're going to do.
Is it possible if this new stadium or whatever could be funded without taxpayers' dollars, fully funded by NFL? Would that be a possibility?
That's a hypothetical that I really can't get into. That's a question for others.
Can you disclose, has Stan Kroenke made it clear to the NFL or league that he wants to own 100%